Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be filling out my budget for the month of December, and this is in my Erin Condren monthly planner, the 8.5 by 11 size, because it allows me a little bit more room to write. And I am using this sticker kit. Well, I made the stickers myself, but I purchased the patterns from Julia Dreams on Creative Market. So I'll go ahead and link her channel as well as this specific product listing down in the description below. And this is the first page of the month that is before the monthly spread. And this is kind of what I call the overview page, which kind of recaps the income, my expenses, and then how much is left over or how much I went over budget at the end of the month. So let's start with income as always, and I'll be referencing this kind of cheat sheet that I make in Excel. This is how I kind of pre-plan, if you will, my budget and get it set up, because it's really nice in Excel because you can make it where it calculates everything automatically. Since I do a zero-based budget, I want to make sure that I have no money left over after everything has been like assigned a category. So it does all the math for me, but because I'm a pen and paper girl, I like to transfer that to the budget here, and this is where I check in and keep track of everything. So first of all, my salary, as always, is $2,277.34. And then this month, I am not planning to have any rollover money or miscellaneous come in. So my grand total for my income is the salary. So it's $2,277.34. And then we will calculate the expenses, so bills, variable, sinking funds, and joint, as we move through the budget, and I will keep that updated. And then at the end, I'll calculate my debt snowball, or how much money I plan to have left over at the end of the month. So moving on to the dashboard page, this inspiration spread, I usually just print out like a big money quote and kind of fill in the space because I had no idea what to do with it. Cash envelope breakdown, which I will fill in after I do the budget so I know how much money is going where. I put my goals up here, whatever I plan to do with the extra money, if I have any left over, what I plan to do with it. And then I keep track of my no spend days in this bottom section here. For the monthly spread, I have my bills on these Erin Condren stickers that come in the back of the planner. I think, yeah, I ripped mine out already because I used them all, but these bigger ones are from Erin Condren, and then the small icons are from Planner Kate. And then I make these stickers myself to mark the weeks. So when I do my weekly check-ins, I know which date that week ends on. And then over on the side here, I also use these Planner Kate stickers if I have, like, let's say I go to Costco and I purchase things from multiple categories. So I might get groceries, I might get household, maybe clothing, or whatever it is. I put the total amount that I spent at Costco in the monthly spreads. And I'll show you what November looks like just so you know what I'm talking about. I put the total here, and then if I purchase more than one category, I break it down on the side. So I'm not using more than one of these stickers and taking up a whole bunch of room if I have more than one category. So that's how I marked that. And then now we move on to the actual budget, and I'll go ahead and zoom you in a tad. Okay, so the first bill is BOI, which is my health insurance, and that is $14.76. And it's actually not entirely my health insurance, it's just dental and vision. My emergency fund is $250, and this arrow symbolizes a transfer. So I'm not actually like spending this money, I'm just moving it to a different account or investing it or whatever. But because it's a fixed amount, that's why I put it in bills, and because it's set to automatically transfer, that's why another reason why I put it in bills as well. And then once those things transfer, or if I pay whatever bills, I just check it off on the side to indicate that it's been paid. Fidelity, which is investing, it's my Roth IRA. I put $50 a month, and I think this is the first month that I'm actually gonna bump it up. Yeah, because last month it was only 25, so I actually need to make a to-do list item to change this and bump it up to 50 automatically, because right now it's set to $25 a month, but I want to get that changed. Patreon, I support Victoria Marie, that is $5 a month. And then savings, which is just general savings, is $25 a month. So that brings my bills total to $344.76. So now I have my bills total. I'm going to mark it in my expenses here. So up next is variable. So as of now, when I'm making this budget, we actually are planning to travel. So that is $30 for a checked bag. And if we end up traveling, this will get spent. If we don't, this will just be extra money that I can put towards whatever. Gas is $10. And like I've mentioned before, this is the last month that it'll be in variable. I plan to move it up to bills because I always just give Colton $10 for gas money because I don't have a car. He is the one that drives. And so I pitch in a little bit to cover like when we go grocery shopping and whatnot. Pocket money is also $10. And the way I symbolize cash envelopes in my planner is I always have a symbol that coordinates with the spread. And this month, because it's like a Christmas reindeer theme, there are antlers to symbolize my cash envelope. And then spending is $50, bringing my total for variable expenses to an even $100. And then at the bottom here, I like to mark down whichever baby step I'm on and kind of track that. So for the emergency fund, I always budget, or not always, but this month I'm budgeting $250. And then if I have any leftover money that I'm able to put towards my emergency fund, I'm going to put the total amount that I end up putting here, and then whatever the difference was, and then my new emergency fund balance will go in this box here. And then this sticker is from Planner Kate. Everything else I made myself. Moving on to my sinking funds. And so these are pretty self-explanatory, and I actually don't know. The reason why the start is blank is because when I'm filming this, I don't know the beginning balance for a lot of these items because I haven't closed out January yet. So I'm just going to write in this plus column here. And a lot of these are pretty self-explanatory. And then if I feel like I need to explain something or if something is new, I will pop back on and explain it. For those of you not familiar, Black Friday, or BFCM stands for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And I believe this car fund is new. I'm going to be saving up for a new car eventually. And obviously $25 a month is going to take me a very long time to get there. But this is just like a starter fund. And then once I actually get serious about purchasing it, I will put a lot more money into there. But for now, I just want to get started at a $25 a month. And I actually bumped up medical this month just because, one, I had the money to do so, and two, I've just been spending a lot of money on health things recently, and I'm getting sick and tired of having to dip into my emergency fund to fund it. So that's why I'm putting a lot into medical to kind of build that up. So hopefully I don't have to, I can afford it just from this fund. I don't have to dip into other things to pay for it. New Orleans is also a new category. My friends and I are planning to go to New Orleans once everything is over and it's safe to travel again. And obviously $25 a month isn't really going to get me there, but similar to the car, it's just a starter fund. And then once I get closer to the date, or if it's set, then I'll start putting more and more into that fund. But for now, I want to start it at $25 a month. Okay, and that is all for my sinking funds, which brings the total to $438 even. And then at the bottom here, I like to track my savings as well, similar to what I do for the emergency fund on the other page. So I plan on saving $25, and then if that changes, I will mark that here. So on this next page, it's just my weekly check-in. This gets filled in throughout the month. And then here is the joint expenses. So these are my half of the joint. Colton and I share a joint banking account where all of our, again, joint expenses come and go from. And what we do is we each pay half of those expenses and then transfer the money from our personal account to the joint and use the joint for everything that involves, obviously, both of us. So again, if these numbers seem low to you, that is because it is only my half. And then the rules about transferring and cash envelopes apply to the joint as well. And for those not familiar, FPL is Florida Power and Light. It is our electric bill. And SunPass is a way to pay for tolls in Florida. And what we did was we built it up to around $100 and then let it kind of dwindle down. And now it's dwindled down again. So we're going to build it back up. In the previous month, we've been putting $0, but now we're putting $30 total, $15 from my account towards the SunPass. And that brings the total for joint expenses to $1,393.39. And that brings my total expenses to $2,276.15, which means if everything goes according to plan and I spend exactly what I budgeted for, I will have exactly $1.19 left over. So I put that in the expected category here. And then at the end of the month, if I'm under in anything or over in anything, that will be reflected here. And then the difference is what either goes towards my emergency fund, which is what I'm currently saving up for, or it, goes toward, or it's the amount that I went over that month and I have to figure out how to pay and kind of pay myself back for that overage. So, and then there's transfer amounts, which again, as I explained before, it's the amount that we transferred to each account. Both Colton and I transferred to the joint for our joint expenses, and then he transfers money to me for all of the joint cash envelopes, since I'm the one that goes to the bank and takes it out of my account. So that is all for our individual or my individual expenses. I also have another budget for our joint, and these values I haven't filled it in, but they're basically double of what I paid here. I just keep the joint budget separate because I didn't have room for it in this notebook. So that is all for my December budget this month. Let me know what goals you guys are working on down in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.